All right, so this video is going to be essentially a review of nested CRUD with authentication. So my thought of how to tackle something like this is to first maybe do one single resource with Devise for logging in and logging out, and then we'll add in a second resource later. The second resource is not terribly difficult; it's just annoying. So think of an app. Think of anything you would want me to CRUD. I won't do beer scheduler class. Beer reviews or class scheduler.
Celebrities.
Celebrities and what?
And their names and networks.
Okay. How are they nested?
Why don't you just do a celebrity in the movie?
Okay. We'll do a celebrity in a movie. Cool. Let's do that. So we have movies. There's one table. What's that? Let's pretend that it's extras.
Or instead of movie, it could be genre of celebrity, like politician, business person, basketball player. Like it could be genre. So
oh, okay.
Like sports
genre. Celebrity genre. Then a celebrity. This also could be many to many because we have like Arnold,
Dwayne The Rock.
Yeah, Dwayne The Rock Johnson is a WWE and movie star and future president. Who knows? You know. Okay, so a celebrity genre has what? What are some things that it has? Let's do a few things.
Yeah.
Genre
Type.
or type. Yeah, sure. We'll go with type. All right. What else does it have? Let's just go with that. How do I remove this field? So celebrity genre has a type, like politician, whatever Kim Kardashian does. So we'll just do name. Okay, so celebrity has a name, and they belong to a celebrity genre. Celebrity genre ID. Connect these two. Celebrity has a name, celebrity genre ID, and we'll just for funsies, we'll have something called net worth. And that'll be a number. Now we also have users somewhere in here because we have the logging in and logging out, right? So I'm going to have to add another table called users. And a user, let's say a user has a name. Or maybe we should make the celebrities the users. Up to you. Like a celebrity can log in and say like, this is who. This is no, this is weird. Okay, whatever. Well, we'll go back to just name, text field, and maybe they also have an email address.
And they have a celebrity genre query or question.
What?
Something to link them to celebrity genre. Like I'm thinking like how you link them to celebrity genre.
Sure, we
they
can.
Get a guess, they get a random event that pulls a random.
I thought.
Yeah, I'm trying to make it simple. I don't know how to simplify it.
Why do we even need that?
What do we don't even need users for this particular thing.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll just say. Maybe we'll say a celebrity genre belongs like. Maybe we won't say either of these belong to a user. Maybe a user just has to log in before they can see anything or do anything. How's that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the email address is going to conflict with the device.
Okay. Yeah, we can. We'll see that happen as we get along into it.
Okay.
All right. First things first. We have like a very ugly schema where this doesn't really seem to exist for any reason, but for the demonstration purposes of today, we're just going to go with it. I'm going to run this Rails new thing from Thursday. Rails new celebrity games.
So is there a reason you don't like Turbolinks, or you want to hide it?
So Turbolinks is something that is built into a lot of like web apps these days to essentially give you the illusion that it's moving faster than it really is. So if you take a look at GitHub and you go to like Echo Platoon or something like that, you'll see that the URL changes, but on the screen there's just this little blue like progress bar that goes right around here. Well, not this one, but like when I hit on config, you see that blue progress bar that's actually going? It's what Turbolinks does is it loads everything. I'm not 100% positive, but I'm pretty sure it's just it loads everything into your browser here, and then whenever I hit on something like DB or lib or like a route that it already knows because it's already fully loaded, it uses JavaScript to actually load up the entire to load each like thing that you're clicking on. It's kind of like a lazy load. I guess they could also call it eager loading. It's like I'm going to load everything all at one time, which means that the heavy lifting is not done by the server anymore, but I'm passing it on to your machine to take care of all future requests.
So why do you put no on it? You don't like it?
I don't like it. Yeah, because sometimes it'll work and sometimes it doesn't. So we turn off Turbolinks.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, so it's here. List everything out. We're going to jump into Celebrity Games. Open it in Sublime. Right, Celebrity Games here. I can review that code later. And we'll make a few changes. I'm going to move Windows real fast, and we will just add a few things that I know I'm going to need. I know I'm going to need pry at one point when something inevitably breaks up. And with that, I will just run bundle install. So at this point, I'm going to, if you take a look at my original SQL designer, I have celebrity genres and celebrities, and then I also have users. I'm going to create 3 separate migrations. Yeah, I'm just going to create 3 separate migrations. So I believe that celebrity genres needs to come first before celebrities because a celebrity belongs to a celebrity genre. So I'm going to do bundle exec Rails generate migration called create celebrity genres. All right, and then I'll create another one called create celebrities. And we'll just start with that for now. So if you jump under DB, under Migrate, I have 2 files that were automatically generated. I'm going to split the screen into 2. I have celebrity genres and celebrities. Now, if I remember correctly, it's just a string for genre. Oh, type, my mistake. A celebrity has a full name. Just name, sorry. Name, t.integer has a net worth. And then t dot belongs to a celebrity genre. Belongs to celebrity genre. I created the migrations, which means I then have to create the models as well. So underneath the models, again, you can run that Rails G model, which is probably better than what I'm doing here. I'm going to create one called celebrity genre. And I'll create another one called celebrity. What you'll notice, and you have to be very careful of, is all your models, the names of the file and the name of the class is singular. All the table names are going to be plural, and the name of your migration should also be plural. Your controllers are also plural. So basically everything is plural except for the model. That's one thing to keep track of. All right, so a celebrity genre has many celebrities. And a celebrity belongs to a celebrity genre. If all of this works, then I should be able to seed this. I'm going to create a few celebrity genres. Maybe let's create a few celebrity genres. Celebrity genre.create, and then the type is going to be something. I will do this a few times, and we will populate. Maybe we'll do just 3 for now. What are some genres of celebrities?
Politician, sports, movies.
Okay, politician, sports, and musician. All right, and maybe we will create a few people like that. So celebrity got we will create. Let's create a whole bunch of celebrities. How's that? So we'll do name, net worth, and celebrity genre. All right, so give me 2 politicians, 2 sports people, and 2 musicians.
Bernie Sanders.
Bernie Sanders. All right, give me a guess of how much Bernie Sanders is worth. 600, probably not too far off, yeah. All right, and celebrity genre, he is a politician. Remember, a celebrity has a name, a net worth, and belongs to a celebrity genre. So I'm passing in. I'm telling it what celebrity genre it belongs to.
You want just celebrity genre _ ID?
I could do either. So the question was, could I just do celebrity genre ID? And the answer is yes, and I'll do that for the next one. All right, give me somebody else who's also a politician. Bill Clinton. All right, how much do you think Bill Clinton is worth?
300 million.
300 million. Cool. Celebrity genre. So the question was, can I just pass in an ID because I have a belongs to here? Yeah, the answer is yes. I can do either the ID or the entire object.
The entire object still creates a foreign key.
It does, yeah. All right, so I have 2 politicians. I'm going to do 2 sports stars and 2 musicians. What have I got there? I'm going to go with sports. And then the last one, I'm going to have a musician. All right, so give me a sports star. Kobe Bryant. How much do you think Kobe Bryant is worth? 100 million?
70 million.
70 million? We can, if we had Sharif's game, we could have found out very quickly. But give me another sports star.
Mike Tyson.
Mike Tyson. $10. All right.
-10.
-10. And give me 2 musicians. Justin Bieber. Justin Bieber is probably worth what?
3 billion.
Probably not 3 billion. Probably 400 million. I'm actually interested in this one.
I don't know. Probably 100.
That's gross. 200.
So John, instead of sports ID, you could also put 3.
I could also, no, I would do 2. 2 because I've created an order. And that's the issue. The question was like, instead of doing sports ID here on line 9, could I just pass the number 2? And the answer is yes, because I know it's created here on line 2 and it's the second celebrity genre ever created. But but this is much more, what if somebody just threw in another one by accident, right? Then you're in a bad spot. So it's the data integrity is not there if you're just going to hard code the numbers in. So Justin Bieber, and then we have, give me somebody else. I can't even think of it. What?
Suge Knight.
S-U-G-E.
S-U-G-E.
Yeah.
Midnight, just
like that.
Yeah.
Okay. How much is that person worth?
Probably about like 2 million dirty.
Yeah, legitimate, like above
I
board.
think that would be
All right, we'll just keep it like this. So again, we created our database, our migrations, we created our models, did all the associations there, and then we created some seeds just to make sure that this works. So if all goes well, I can bundle install again, just to make sure everything's good. I'm going to run bundle exec Rails DB drop, just in case something exists on here that I'm pretty sure I've never done this before, but we don't really know. Drop, create, migrate, and seed, and then we'll take a look inside of our console to see if everything's associated correctly. All right, create, migrate. Seed. Okay, something blew up. The single table inheritance mechanism failed to locate the subclass politician. It belongs to a celebrity genre. Let's take a look. A celebrity genre has many celebrities. Let's change this to _ID really quick. See if that blows up. Oh, this is interesting. Single subclass not found. Let's take a look. I must have mistyped something. I think it's a typo. Let's see. Okay, it looks like type is a restricted word. Whoops. Okay. So we can't, I didn't know that. That's an interesting thing to do. We can't use the word type. It's a protected
Field, celebrity field.
Field of entertainment. Okay, so we'll just change field of entertainment to all of these from type to field of entertainment. Good? We'll bring this back to what it was before. All right, I'm going to YOLO this. What's that? Yeah, this is going to blow up. Okay, I'm going to YOLO one more time, which is my way of doing drop, create, migrate, and seed. I would not recommend doing this, but just for time's sake, and because I'm lazy, we're going to do it like this. All right, so everything looks like it worked. Let's load up the console and let's see. Okay, so we have a celebrity genre. And we have all of them right here. So we have field of entertainment, which is politicians, sports, and entertainment. We're just going to grab a sample, random one. So it gave me the first one, a celebrity genre. A celebrity genre has many celebrities. And there they are. We have Bernie Sanders and Bill Clinton. Let's grab one of those. We have Bernie Sanders. Bernie Sanders belongs to a celebrity genre. Okay, and then you can see I'm able to go between the two. I can get from a celebrity genre to a celebrity and a celebrity to a celebrity genre. So everything was set up correctly. Next things, we're going to jump into our routes. And since we know that, let's see, we have resources for a celebrity, resources for a celebrity genre. Now, which one belongs to which? Like, how would the URL look? Would you want to go like /celebrities/celebrity genre, or would it be /celebrity genre /celebrities? The second one, I think.
Celebrity genre, celebrity.
Yeah. So the question was, should it be like celebrities/5/celebrity genres, or should it be the other way around? /celebrity genres /5/celebrities.
There's no convention or based on the foreign key on what order. You can choose it any order you want.
There's a convention
That belongs to the second.
that belongs to the second. Yeah.
Okay.
So the celebrity is going to be afterwards. But yes, Sharif, you were correct. It's going to be this way. So with that, so resources, is it resource or resources? I'm not sure. Resource rails? Nested resource. Oh, it's resources, correct. Okay, so they're both plural. So resources, celebrity genres do, and then resources, celebrity.
So I have a question from the time that we were doing this with the posts and or with the beer ratings where like a user would own the rating as well. Is that something you just do in the database and you don't have to do it in the routes, or do you need to do, like, if you want two things to own an item, do you have to do the routes both directions, or can you just do the routes one way and have the database connect them?
Yes, the second thing that you said. So there are times that it's going to go in both directions, right? Like we're doing a very simple one right now. We're just doing a celebrity has one celebrity genre, but we've already proven that wrong with like The Rock and Arnold Schwarzenegger and all of those types of people. So the idea is when you have a many-to-many relationship, your routes are just going to read one way. But inside the database, you can set up the join table however you wish. In actuality, most people don't do nested resources at all. Like they usually don't do nested resources. We're just teaching it in the case that you get asked the question. So it's like realistically, I could just do like /celebrity genres and that's it, and I could do /celebrities and that's it. Like, and if I wanted to see what celebrity genre they have, then I can create another route that associates them. We're just doing nested because we're just teaching that for now for educational purposes. But,
so you could have two outers or one outer, or just one single resource celebrity genres and one single resource celebrities.
Yep, and then you can associate them together. Because right now we're just saying a celebrity genre has many celebrities, and a celebrity just belongs to one singular celebrity genre. But we know that's not true. So we know that this is going to be a many-to-many relationship. In our particular example, just for educational purposes, we just have a one-to-many relationship.
So in the real world, they don't use nested CRUD?
No. It's very rare that I see nested CRUD, at least.
So do you recommend not doing nested for?
I think you can show it off, but if you don't want to, you don't have to.
So it's not done not because it's not good, but because it's difficult and it's just
no, it's just very wordy. Like that's really what it is. It's kind of like, let's say you had a resource that was like three layers nested in, then it'd be like /product /category /item /reviews. Like could you imagine your URL would be that long? So most of the time they're just going to do /reviews /whatever the review number is, and that review number belongs to a category and but that's all happening on the back end, but it's not directly in the URL. But this is the easiest thing just to kind of get you started on that, to learn how it works. Okay. All right, so let's see if this works. Let's run bundle exec Rails routes to get all of our routes. Don't you fail me. There we go. All right, make it a little bit smaller. All right, nobody can see. It's very difficult to see. How far can I take this? Nope. All right, that was the maximum. All right, so as you can see, I have all of my singular routes for celebrity genres, and then I have all of my nested routes for celebrities over here. Now I'm going to create a route to celebrities, celebrity genres index. Whenever anybody makes a GET request, just /, I'm going to go send them to the celebrity genres index method. Now, since I know I have two different resource routes, I'm going to need to create two different controllers.
You can spell that.
I would have had me going for a long time. A lot of people, like, that's a good point, Raymond. Like before, when I had like one small thing wrong, what you're going to see a lot of times is, oh my gosh, everything is broken. Mike and John, come over and help me. And we're going to find one small little typo that's most likely going to be the issue. Most of the time when it comes to what you're doing right now and when it comes to your projects and things like that, you have a fairly decent idea of how things are going to work already. Like it's just through repetition. And most of the times, the issues that we find on people's stuff is just typos. Like I didn't have, maybe my controllers were singular instead of plural. Maybe my model was plural instead of singular. Maybe I spelled genre wrong. So just don't freak out when things are broken. Most of the time, it's just small little typos. At one job, yesterday, when I was trying to figure out what went wrong with some of my code, I spent 2 hours to fix one line of code. But it was just kind of like a rabbit hole of like chasing down this thing, then chasing down this thing, and then you realize, gosh, it's only this one tiny little bit of code that broke everything. But luckily, you're not paid based off the lines of code that you enter. It's just the jobs that you finish. So I'm here again. Let's create 2 new files. So celebrities controller. And then I'm going to have another controller called celebrity genres controller.rb. I'm going to try to keep things on all celebrity genre stuff up top and all of the celebrity stuff on the bottom, just so that we're not terribly confused. I'm going to create a class called celebrity genres, which is going to inherit from application controller. Application controller inherits from action application. I don't know, what does it inherit from? Action controller base, which gives you all of the stuff that's built into Rails. And same thing down here, celebrities controller. Sorry. So I routed to, where's my routes? I routed to celebrity genres index, celebrity genres def index. I know I'm going to need to grab all the celebrity genres. And I know I'm going to need to create a view for it as well down here. So 2 new folders, celebrity genre, and another view folder called celebrities. Here, I'm going to create an index.html.erb, save it here, and let's just do hello just to show something on the page. Load this up. Ooh. Right here. Undefined method 2 for action dispatch. I must have a typo on line 2. Or maybe it's root 2. Oh, I think it's this. Let's try one more time. Again, small little syntactical things make all the difference in the world. That is not it. Hello. Okay, so everything shows up and we're good. So let's do a quick H1 and closing all celebrity genres, and we will just do add celebrity genres to genre. Maybe we will create an unordered list. Each one of these will become a list. And we know that we're going to probably create a link to genre dot, what did I have? Field of entertainment. And that's going to take me to some path. Some path Celebrity genre. Looks like celebrity genre path. Okay. I think I can just take that to genre. Let's find out. Let's refresh the page. We get all celebrity genres. We have politician, sports, and musician. And you can kind of see on the bottom left-hand corner, it is actually taking me to the exact route, which is pretty cool. And then we can figure out these routes a little bit later. But let's say that I want to create a register login, because I think that's the big thing that people are stuck on. Because I already have a video on nested CRUD. Let's do the user logging in and logging out. All right. So if you remember from our original schema, we just have a user with email address and name. So instead of having your own authentication, you're going to rely on other people. And like Mike said, like, don't roll your own authentication. When you talk to any security person, don't roll your own authentication, because that puts you liable and puts you at risk. So it's like saying, I'm going to create an e-commerce site. And on top of that, I'm going to handle all the payment processing myself. I'm going to save my money. Instead of paying PayPal or Squarespace or whatever, or Square or Venmo or whatever, I'm going to save that money and do it all in-house by me. Now, do you know all the laws when it comes to credit card payment processing and how to store that data? Do you know how to do, like, to send the information to the bank? Do you know how many collection fees that there are? Like all this type of stuff, like, you don't know. Like, you're not a professional in this thing. You're a professional in creating your site. But somebody else is better than that, better at better at credit card processing than you. And similarly, when it comes to security, someone is better than you. So don't roll your own authentication. Just trust that somebody else wrote it ahead of time. Devise is actually created by like Stanford PhDs in cryptology. And they continuously keep it up to date. So they definitely know more than all of us, probably more than all of us put together when it comes to cybersecurity. So instead of rolling your own, we're going to use a gem that people trust. We're going to add gem devise. We're going to kill this server here. We're going to bundle install. So as of right now, I'm installing it, and you can kind of see I didn't have the most recent version installed, so it's installing it right here for me. Now, at this point, I have Devise installed on my app, but I'm not actually using it. So I'm going to do bundle exec, Rails G, Devise install. Now, when I do bundle exec Rails G Devise install, all I'm really doing is saying, like, you have the gem. I just want to create files to make sure that we're going to be using this. So it creates two files, this initializers devise.rb and then this devise english.yaml. Some things that they told me to do in the case that I haven't done it yet, just kind of copy these lines and put them in these particular files. So just for us, I'm going to grab them. So config development.rb, development.rb. I will throw this anywhere. Make sure you have the root URL. I do. Make sure you have flash messages and application. Okay. Application.html.erb. We'll put this in the body. So I have Devise, it's all set up for me, and now I'm going to create my user class and then attach Devise to it. I'm going to run bundle exec, Rails G Devise user. Now you can have your own user class and you can alter things like the README tells you from yesterday, or I'm just going to run this and create a fresh user that Devise is going to hook into. So I created a migration called Devise create users. They created a model. It inserted a line into the model, and then it created a route for Devise users. So let's kind of take a look one by one and see what we get. So when we do Devise create users, you can kind of see this is kind of getting a little unwieldy at the top. So Devise Users, it creates a table called users, and all of this extra stuff is here with it. You get to figure out like which configuration you want. So most of the time people want an email and password. Most of the time people want like a reset token, like so that you can recover in case you get locked down, you forget your password. All this stuff confirmable and lockable. It's basically saying like, once you sign up for something, I want you to confirm before you're allowed to use my website. Lockable, like if you log in a certain number of times, I'm going to lock you out completely unless you have some sort of token to allow you to unlock yourself. So these are configurable options that you have available to you, whether or not you want them or not. It's up to you. So I'm just, before I migrate everything over, I'm going to take a look at the users table. It looks like I have a name as well. Okay. So maybe I'll just add another one underneath here, t.string for name. Maybe you need to have a name in order to log in. Sign up. Second, if you take a look back over here, it created a model user, and then it created a devise for users route. So let's take a look at the user. So it created this file automatically for you, and it gave you a whole bunch of options that are available through Devise. You can authenticate from the database. It has the ability to register. You can recover your password if you've lost it. It will remember you if you've logged in. It can track you, and it can I'm not sure what all of these things do, but these are the default options that are available to you. And then finally, if you take a look under routes, this tiny little line Devise for users is similar to like the resources. Resources, that one line gives you a whole bunch of resources that you would have, routes that you would otherwise have to do yourself. Devise for users is very similar. So if I do, this is what it looked like before with all the routes, and when I run it again, you'll see that there are much more. Now. Okay, this is not working very well. Okay, there it is. So you can kind of see before I maybe had 20 lines or so, now I have 30 or 40 lines. All of these extra things were given to me for free based from Devise. Now you see I have like new user session, I can have a new registration, I can cancel the registration, I can register this particular person. And if you look all the way to the right, under controller action, you have Devise sessions. Before you had celebrities and celebrity genres and things like that. This is the controller, hashtag the action. When you take a look inside of the controller here, you can see that there's no Devise sessions controller because underneath the hood, the gem is taking care of all of that for you. It's saying, I don't want, like most of the time, you probably won't need to edit things, so I'm going to have it built in by default. So it's hidden from you unless you want to manage it yourself. How do I manage it? We're actually going to do that in just a little bit. Okay. All right, so if all goes well, I think I can migrate. Bundle exec Rails DB migrate. I've already created my database. It has a bunch of seed data inside of it. So it's and I need to add something new. At that particular point, I'm going to add a migration in, which means I'm going to alter the database in some way, but I'm not going to alter the data that's already there. Similarly, like Amazon.com has all of their records all the way from the beginning of time. So they have an order number 1 somewhere in their database somewhere. That being said, they have added things over the years, including Amazon Prime TV and all these extra things. Those are all extra database tables. They're not going to drop their database every single time that they add a new feature to their platform. So that's what we're doing here. We already had data inside of it, and we're just going to add. We're adding a new table called users on here. All right. So if you take a look over here, let's refresh this. Oh, I didn't load up the server. All right, let's go to refresh here. All right, maybe a /register. Is there a register of some sort? slash registrations. No registrations. Let's take a look. Under the Rails routes, slash users, slash sign in. Okay. All right, so this is built in by default. You can kind of see, like, I didn't actually write any of this code for this. You didn't watch me write any of this code. This just came for free somehow. But I don't have a username yet, so I'm just going to sign up here.
What would happen if instead of doing this authentication thing, you just went to the root page of everything? Would you have access to it?
As of right now, yes. And we're going to change that in just a bit.
Okay.
So how did that come for free? What did you do to get that?
What did I do to get that? I just installed Devise.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Because when I installed it,
Did you run? If you follow the instructions for yesterday and just kind of like read through and make sure not to miss anything, it actually does come for free. I didn't do anything fancy. The main thing I ran was I think it was bundle exec Rails G devise install. So I have the gem, and then I tell Rails to actually install that, like everything that's inside of there, and then the views come for free. Oh, did you put this in the routes? Yeah. So this gives me the ability to see all of the extra routes, and then all the logic is there as well. It's just built in for me.
I'll just look over the instructions.
Sure. I'm here. I'm at my sign up page. Let's do, maybe I'll just do john@code.com, and my password has to be 6 characters, 123123, 123123, sign up, and boom, everything blows up. Now, it's an ugly thing. It's a bright red, and they tell you something is wrong. But if you read it, it's actually very, very nice. It just says null value and column name. Okay, so somewhere there's a column called name that is missing. And if you take a look inside of the migration for Devise create users, I said I wanted to have a name on everybody, and I had a null constraint. You can't null this one for me. Like it has to be there every single time. But if we go back to our users in the sign up portion, like there's no place for me even remotely to enter the name. And this is where we're going to start taking over on Devise's behalf, because Devise by default, they're like, most of the time you just need the email and password, but for me, I want the name as well of the person. So I'm going to run a new generator. So bundle exec, Rails G Devise views -v registrations. So before it was holding on to all of, it was like a black box in terms of registrations and all Devise stuff. There was a black box. I didn't know what was going on. And now at this point, I'm saying, instead of you handling everything, I'm going to handle this manually. So it created all of this stuff over here. The main things I'm looking for are new and edit.
So because you said Devise views, we're only taking over for views.
We're only taking over for views, and specifically just the registrations portion of the views. Like there are other views that are available to you, but I'm just taking care of the registrations. So if you go under views now, we'll take a break right after this, there's a new folder called Devise. And when I open that one up, I can take a look under registrations, and you can kind of see new and edit. Like all of this was the code that happens underneath the hood in the Devise gem. So you can kind of see I only have email and password. But I probably will need to add myself maybe a name field. Maybe this is not email field. Maybe I'll just have this as text input. So let's go back, refresh this page. And hopefully I'll get one extra little column that says email, name, and password. Did I mean text? Undefined method text input. Did you mean text field? I did. I did. Let's go back. Of course, that's what I meant. Before, you can kind of see I didn't have email, password, email name and password. I just had email and password. So let's do this one. We're going to do john@code.com. John 123123 123123 is my password, and sign up. At this particular point, it's still angry at me. It says that there's not like, even though it's on the form, it's not being saved into the database. We also need to take, if we take over the view and we change things inside of here, we also need to take care of the controllers as well. So I'm going to create a controller called registrations controller. I'm just going to copy all of this from your curriculum. So this registrations controller, if you take a look at all the other controllers that I have, I'm inheriting from application controller because this is something that I'm in charge of. That Rails is going to give to me for free. Registration controller, on the other hand, inherits from Devise registrations controller, meaning that all the things that are available to the Devise class's registrations controller, I'm also bringing into this particular controller. And you can kind of see underneath the hood, there's basically some sign-up parameters. I'm basically requiring there to be a user, and I'm going to permit, before it was just email, password, and password confirmation. Now I'm going to do name, email, and password confirmation.
What updated the name, the action that you took?
No, I just copied and pasted.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I just, if I were to, like, this is probably what happens underneath the hood, like, for the Devise registrations controller. And you can see, like, it's not permitting the name into this, so I can't save it into the database even though I'm entering it into the form. So specifically what I'm going to allow in, I'm going to allow in the name as well. So if all goes well, let me go back to the user sign-up page. I'm just going to use Kara at Kara Codes. We've done this before. We're going to sign up, and it's still broken. Let's refresh this page one more time. And sign up. Something is still broken. Not sure what that is. Let's see. Let's put a binding pry and see what we get. If we refresh the page, sign up, and are we inside of a pry session? Turns out we're not even, it's not actually even hitting this particular line. So what's happening is, if you take a look inside of routes, it's saying I'm using Devise for users, meaning that, hey, Devise, just take care of everything when it comes to views and everything when it comes to the controllers with respect to the routes. So when you say that you want to take over for things, I took over for all the views, so I got that name field on our form. I took over for the controllers, as you can see right here. But inside of the routes here, I also need to add this extra little line. Controllers, registrations. It's basically saying, Devise, take care of everything, but I'm going to specify, I'm going to take care of the registrations controller. And the file that corresponds to it is called registrations, which is right here. So I'm going to go back, remove this pry, and see if I can do all the logging in and logging out. So we're here, refresh the page. I probably need to start Rails. Refresh. Right. So we'll fill this all out. We'll sign up. And all of a sudden it says, welcome, you have signed up successfully. Feeling okay?
How did you get the routes? Like in your routes, you wrote, so Devise for users means Devise is handling the users. But controllers, registrations means?
I'm personally going to handle the registrations portion of it. Specifically, there's a file called registrations, which is going to handle all of the registrations.
So like before the comma is what they handle?
Mm-hmm.
after the comma is what we.
Yep.
So if it's ever divided into like you want to break it up,
you just add another one over here, some other thing that Devise controls.
But if you have two things that you want them to control, and two things.
So right now it's everything. Devise is handling everything except for the stuff on the right.
Okay, so it's everything except that.
Yes, everything except. Cool. All right, I'm gonna pause the recording here. We'll take a break and come back.